There we go. Good morning, everyone. Let's start our morning session from today. Excuse me that I'm a little later. I overslept myself a little bit, but I'm here, okay? So let's go over the price traps. Let's see what the market has to offer today. But first, let's see what the market has done with the price traps we had from yesterday, all right? Before I start with that, I want to go over the Forex Factory. Let's see what we have from news for today. Like I said already yesterday, we do have these ADP non-format employment change here. This is like the front runner of the NFP from Friday, so we can expect at 215 some good movements. All right. Of course, not like we are used to on the Fridays, the first Fridays of the month with the NFP, but yeah, just be aware that at 2:15 p.m. Today we have this red flag news, so the market can spike a little bit from up to down or these kind of stuff. All right. Again, I'm going to warn you again. I did it also yesterday. We have NFP this Friday. For the people who do not know what this is a monthly news event every single Friday, the first Friday of the month. And yeah, we can speak about an impact here. All right. So you will see that the market will be heavily impacted because of this news. I personally don't really like to be in the charts on these days, so it happens a lot of times that I just stay away from it and take a day off to use that day to backtest and that kind of stuff. But I just want to warn you that it's the first week of the month and that we have that news event coming. All right. So good. That's for the news for the Forex Factory. During the night, we don't have anything. Just at 8:30 a.m., we have the CPI on CHF. So this can also be a little bit of an impact tomorrow morning. We will be on the session at 8:30, of course. So we will see what this impact will bring, all right, or what this news will bring. Let's go over it. Let's see what the market has done yesterday. So we had AUD/NZD. I wanted to see this chart going deeper for the retest. We were breaking the highs, we were breaking the structure, so basically creating higher highs, and I'm searching for that higher low. This is still valid, all right? I still want to see the market creating that higher low here, so I'm going to still move or use an alert here with the retest. If the market comes back, we can find ourselves some entries here. Like you can see, we have two different zones. When we talk about this retest here, we can watch the first demand zone, but also the second one here to find ourselves some entries, okay? What we also can do, if the market doesn't come back and just decides to follow that uptrending market without giving us a breakout retest, we can just use that new high here, okay? Pretty simple. Putting in a little zone here. There we go. And then, of course, this resistance line, once per bar close, crossing up, break resistance. Okay, so we have two options, a deeper retest or the breakout retest to the upside. Good, that's for AUD/NZD. Then we have Euro AUD. For Euro AUD, I was also waiting for that more deeper retest into our zone. This didn't really happen. We already had this breakout retest here. So the market created this little low here. I didn't give this yesterday, I think so. So we have this low here. And like you can see, the market beautifully gave that breakout and retest and then shoot it lower. So there was some opportunity here to look for a breakout retest. Of course, that was not what we were looking for yesterday. I personally put a little line here. If the market gets higher for a deeper retest, I get my alerts, all right? So pretty simple. You can write down what you want. For example, deeper retest, and then you know, like, okay, we can watch out for some entries to the downside. What we can do also with Euro AUD is exactly the same thing like we can do with AUD/NZD or like we are doing with AUD/NZD. We can simply use that new support zone, that new low, and wait for the market to break out and retest this specific low, all right? So two options, deeper retest into our zone or the breakout retest to the downside, okay? So I'm gonna put an alert here, break support, it needs to be support, there we go. There we go, there we go. We also have this resistance zone ready, of course. You can always put an alert on this. So if the market decides to reverse and starts to create uptrending movements, we have our alerts ready for the change of direction. Good. Then we have Euro Canadian. Euro Canadian, yeah, I was looking for upside movements here. for the breakout retest to the upside. To be honest, when I'm looking back to this chart, it's not really the best thing, or yeah, it wasn't really the best idea to be looking for buying opportunities here, as we already saw a breakout retest right over here, which makes this retest a little bit invalid if it comes down to my rules. But yeah, we got a reaction here. I gave you guys this price trap, so yeah, this was basically just a stop loss. If you react on this first demand zone, the market went for 24 pips in profit, so it depends a little bit on what kind of risk rules you're using. If you have a 20 pip rule to go risk-free, this was a break-even idea. If not, this was definitely a stop loss, all right? Like you can see, the news just pushed way, way, way lower, okay? I'm gonna delete this. We're simply gonna wait for some new structure here. At this moment, we cannot do anything with this, okay? Market has created a low, but this is not confirmed yet, so we cannot do anything with this chart. GA, same thing here. We were waiting for a higher retest around these supply levels. This didn't happen, okay? Market went lower. We didn't have a breakout yet during the session yesterday, but during the midday, we got this breakout here. You see this new low that the market creates, and then the market gave us that retest with these massive wicks, all right? This was during the news. It depends a little bit how you personally trade, if you like to react on news, yes or no, but these wicks here in this supply level could give you some opportunities, all right? So it depends a little bit how you personally react on these price traps. If you could cut these wicks, you will see this first low is already 80 pips and the second low is already 120 pips, okay? So there was some opportunity here to really find yourself some entries. Now, what happened is the market is simply following up on that structure. Let me delete this, okay? Let me show you a very clear vision on how the market is now acting and what we can take out of this, okay? Like you can see, market created the low, created the high, react on the same low, all right? First confirmation, market creates a lower high. This can always be a confirmation that the market tends to go down, all right? That the market is preparing himself to break the lows. And that's what we have seen here. We got another breakout and a retest, and now we created another lower low. So this move to the upside is basically just another breakout retest of the new low that the market has created here, okay? So if we can use the support here, of course, this is, in my opinion, like the last low or the last high that created this low, okay? So you can use FIP levels on this one here to find yourself some entries. Like you can see, we are reacting on our very first zone, and that's the 5061 level. Let me first put the zone here in here. I always want to make sure that everything is visual, and that's why I use these blue zones. Like you can see, this first supply level is around the 5061 level here. Now market is already taking off pretty strong. Already reacted here on this supply, okay? If you would be reacting on this line here or this zone, you would be having around a 20 pip stop, and market is, yeah. Let's just put an alert on this. Wow. There we go. I'm just gonna write down entry. If the market gets back, maybe after the 1 hour candle close, happens a lot of time, we get a little retracement to then follow up the breakout. Maybe we can find ourselves a good new entry over there. Otherwise, market has taken off and we just leave it alone. Like you guys know, don't FOMO yourself into the charts, okay? This is a very, very important one. If the market takes off, just, yeah, without you, of course, just leave it, okay? Don't take these bad entries. A lot of people would be market executing right now while they're missing out already 20 pips, okay? And 20 pips is a lot, okay? So that's for GA. We also had ADCHF, which gave us a good retest here. With the news, my little line is still here. I told you guys that this is an uptrending movement, and for the uptrending movement to get broken, we wanted to see this last low breaking, all right? Because this was the low that created the high, and then we got that deeper retest during the news. Like I said, this was the deepest we could go to respect the uptrend, okay? So if you reacted here around that demand level, like I told you yesterday, around the 20 pips or 15 pips, depends a little bit, stop loss, and market already went for 47 pips in profit, Okay, so there was a 1-on-3 risk to reward opportunity right over here. I'm gonna delete it. Maybe I'm coming back on this pair at the end of the session. Then we have NZD-JPY. NZD-JPY, yeah, I was looking for the breakout retest to the upside, following up that uptrending movement, which didn't happen, okay? Market just pushed lower, hit stop losses. I think this is pretty simple. We don't need to talk a lot about this one. This was just a straight stop loss, okay? What do we have left? We have gold, which also retested way higher than expected. I was personally waiting to get this zone hit and find myself an entry right over here, but the market spiked higher. So it depends a little bit how you went with the stop loss and that kind of stuff. If you went above this structure, okay, you didn't have any problem and you're running in some profits right now. But of course, if you were more focused on these two highs here, for example, you reacted on the first one, put your stop loss above that one, 100%, this was a stop loss, okay? Just know that this was a counter trend idea, okay? If you zoom out, the very first question you can ask yourself, are we going with the trend or are we going against the trend? I think this is pretty obvious that this is an uptrending market and that we had a counter trend idea, which is always more risk than just following up the trend, okay? Do you see a buy opportunity on that support zone? Yes, I do. This is not really price trap style, but because I was first following up on this small downside movement here, this was like the downtrending chart we could see here, all right? Because we are breaking that structure, we could find ourselves some opportunities around that demand area, okay? Simply because we have a break of structure here, because the market created a higher high, we have a very high opportunity that the market will be reacting from this point and starts moving higher, all right? It can beautifully also be here. Like you can see, let me delete everything. It's hard to see right now, but here you see that the market is like, if it was moving up, it was slowing down. I already see it at these 1 hour candles. If you even go to the 50-minute time frame, you will see it more clearly. Like you can see, we had this little stop here. So it's perfectly possible the market will be reacting already around this area here, like we are right now, and start moving up. Or of course, we get the deeper retracements into these beautiful demand levels here and move from that point. All right, so I do see a buy opportunity coming here. Not really price trap wise, not really the most clean price trap, but I do see what you are also looking for. Good. Then we have, I think GN. Yes, GN. There we go. There was already an opportunity during our session, if you can remember it, this very first demand zone here. Depends a little bit where your entry was, but like you can see, market took off for 65 pips, okay? Around 65 pips. Then market went lower again, did the deeper retest into these demand levels, and now we are moving again with a beautiful 77 pips at this specific moment. I'm targeting these levels, all right? I'm targeting around this area to follow up that downtrending market. Again, if we zoom out, what is the first thing you see? Downtrending market, right? Market is creating lower lows and lower highs, okay? So this uptrending move or this uptrending buy opportunity was counter trending, so you know this is a little bit more risky, but it did respect pretty good, okay? I'm gonna delete it. Maybe I will come back on this one during the session. We shall see. GA, I already made this one. Let's see if we can get back for a better retest or maybe a new entry. AUD-NZD did the breakout to the downside, reacted beautifully on this first supply zone. Like you can see, it happens so much or so a lot of times that the market does a breakout. And for example, this is the high that the market has created, like this. And in this breakout, we see the market like stopping for a moment and then does the breakout. A lot of times, this is a very, very strong zone. Okay, so make sure. What a beautiful picture, bro. In the background, I just see it. Christoph, amazing. So excuse me, I was really distracted right now. No, so this is what we see. The market stops, creates this beautiful supply level, does the breakout, comes back, reacts beautifully on that supply level. So imagine you just reacted here on this little doji, okay? And you put your stop loss, this is the wick, so that's 10 pips, that's way too tight. So you want to go for 12 or 15 pips, depends a little bit. But there you put your stop loss for 15 pip, you went and drawdown for 10 pips, and then the market took off for almost 30 pips. So this should be a risk-free idea, okay? Looking pretty good, looking pretty solid. Again, counter trending, okay? So the risk is a little higher here. We can use now this new support zone that the market has created and see if we can follow up the downtrending movement. And if this is the sign, or this is the moment, AUD/USD, after all these uptrending days / weeks, will finally start dropping. We shall see. All right. If it wants to go up, I'm also happy, because we are simply waiting for the next breakout retest. Okay. Break support. There we go. And then, of course, we have this resistance zone, which is still valid, of course. Break resistance. Okay. You could say like, yeah, but why don't you use this new high here as your structure point for the breakout retest? I don't know. For me, this is the high that created this low. All right. So I need to get this high broken to follow the uptrending market. I hope that makes sense. AD/NZD already went over that. AD Canadian, also the breakout to the downside. This is a little different than AD/USD, because we had a really, really fast retest, and I personally don't really like that. All right, do you see the difference? Let me get back. You see how the market really breaks and then comes back. Here, this is like just one candle, breaks, and then immediately gives that retest. It doesn't mean that this is bad, all right? But I personally just don't like to react on these kind of movements. I personally react or love to react more on the longer term movements, because you know that you are you have more chance to have like these massive trending breakout retests. All right. So for example, here, breakout, retest, very clean, very slow, and boom, what a move. Okay. Good. So there was an opportunity. I will show you breakout, retest again. With the breakout, market stops for a moment and then breaks out. This is a very strong zone. Okay. If you go lower time frames, nope, not really clean. It did give us some engulfing candles and that kind of stuff, but like you can see how beautiful the market reacts on this little supply level here, and then moves fast to the downside. This was a really, really nice idea. Very fast retest, but for the rest, you had a beautiful opportunity of almost 75 pips. Okay, good. And these are the price traps for today, or these were the price traps from yesterday that I reviewed. Is this clear, or are there any questions when it comes down to the price traps from yesterday? Should be clear, right? It isn't that hard. You guys know it. I love simplicity. I love to keep the trading and the strategy simple, and how we are watching the charts clear. Okay, amazing. Very simple. This is just, yeah, just me and my way of thinking. Why should you make it difficult if you can keep it simple? This is one of the quotes, let me say it like that my mother always told me when I was young. Don't make it difficult, just keep it easy. All right. And that was, or keep it simple. That was something that really inspired me for a lot of things in my life. Okay. And I want you to give this and see life like that. Why just make everything difficult when you can keep it simple? Okay. Always remember, the ability to simplify means to eliminate the unnecessary, so that the necessary may speak. Okay. Very strong one here. Just learned this one like yesterday. Saw this one passing by. I was like, yeah, good one. My mother also said the opposite though. Why do it simple if you can do it difficult? But that didn't stick. There we go. First one, AD Canadian, beautiful new structure. Of course, we prefer, what do we prefer if you take a look at this chart? Upside movements, right? We are uptrending, breakout retest to the upside would be amazing, all right? ADJPY, let's me check. Oh, we got the retest. I deleted these charts with the breakout to then have the retest, because we were already in supply levels and it got a little too Risky for me, in my opinion, but it did give us that beautiful retest. Okay, doesn't matter. We cannot catch everyone or everything, every trade. That's not possible. That's 80 USD, Canadian JPY. Yeah, already gave the breakout retests. A couple of times already that I'm late. A Euro AD, we can give that a, yeah, let's keep it on the red flag. My alerts already, or we get the deeper retest to these zones here, or we get the breakout retest to the downside. Okay. Euro Canadian, we don't have information enough, or we don't have the clean structure we like to use, so we stay away from that. Same thing on Euro GPY. Yeah, Euro NZD, we could do something with that. We have some good structure here. We had an obvious low and obvious high. We are downtrending, so it would be nice if we could just follow up on that downtrending movement. No, I don't like it. Let me do it like that. There we go. If you're wondering how I determine my thickness of the zones, pretty simple. I work with a wick to body system. So if you have a wick on your highs, I search myself a body. Doesn't matter how thick your zone is. It's just to have an obvious or that it's visual and easy to see what you're looking for. That's the only reason why I'm using zones. Okay. And also, of course, because a support and resistance is never a line, it's always a zone. So that's Euro NZD. Euro USD, we don't have information enough, so we cannot do anything with that. Yeah, GA, you know, all right. We probably missed this one. If it is a fact that we missed this one, we can simply just wait for another breakout retest of that support zone. Okay. GA, GCAT, don't like it. GJ, don't like it. Nah, not really the most clean charts today. That's the first thing I see here. Yeah, for GN, we are still in the same position like yesterday. All right, we have this support zone, pretty simple, pretty obvious to follow up that downtrending market if we could get that breakout retest there. But we also have still that breakout here that didn't fully retest the highs. All right, so we have still a support zone that is sitting there. I'm gonna put the resistance here. But if we have a breakout to the upside, I want to see the market creating at least equal highs. Okay. Break support. There we go. I'm going to show you what I mean in a moment. Break resistance. There we go. So what I want to see is that the market, if we break out, that the market creates at least an equal high with this high here. All right, that it comes to this point. If we just do something like that, there are very high chances market is just reacting on supply and that we will start moving down from that point. There we go. GN. GU. Nope, don't like it. Ugly. SD cat. Not. I don't like it. We don't have a lot of information, so I stay away from that. As the USD, same thing. USD Canadian, same thing. Not really the charts we like to see. UJ. Nope. Let's stay away from that. With gold, you know what I'm looking for, but I'm not going to draw it out. This is not really the price trap that we are looking for. ADCHF, yes, we can use that to see if we can follow up that uptrending movement, or if we start downtrending from this point. There we go. Resistance, and then of course break support. CHF is ugly. No clean structure. CHF JPY, yeah, we got some structure here. I'll get back to that one. Not fully convinced. CHF is being CHF. No, don't like it. Maybe CHF JPY, last one here. I do like the structure, what I'm seeing here. So we have this low and then this high. Nice. Let's see. And that will be the last one. For today. Good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 price traps for today. More than enough. I'm going to go over one more time pretty quick. So we have 80 Canadian. I think this is pretty simple. We are waiting for a breakout. Doesn't matter which way we are breaking out. For 80 NZD, 2 options. Or we are breaking the resistance, what it's doing right now. Or we have the deeper retest into our previous resistance zone. Then we have 80 USD. We could follow up the downtrending movement because we were breaking structure here, or we can simply see the breakout to the upside. These are the 2 options we're looking for. We also have Euro 80 right over here, where we are waiting for the breakout retest to the downside. Or maybe we can go higher into the supply levels to follow or to find ourselves a downtrending entry here. Euro NZD, exactly the same like previous ones. We are waiting for that breakout. All right. One thing is different. If we have a breakout to the upside, and for example, the breakout stops right over here, remember that this is a massive supply zone where the market could react on. Okay, so we could start moving to the downside from that point because we have that downtrending movement. Okay, so personally, I prefer this move. Okay. Then we have, let me first delete this, GA. Pretty simple. Let's see if we can get another entry out of there. Okay, because we do have this breakout retest here of the downside. We are reacting on some supply levels here. If we can get back, you can find yourself an entry around this zone, around this area, with around a 20 pip stop, 25 pip stop. Depends a little bit how you personally use your risk rules. But of course, we always go for at least a 1 on 3 risk to reward. Let me first check, because is this possible? It is. We could go back. Then we have GN. I already told you what I'm looking for GN also. So the breakout to the downside, or if we break to the upside, we want to create at least an equal high. Then we have ADCHF, pretty simple, waiting for the breakout. And then CHF JPY, also pretty simple, waiting for that breakout. Good, that will be it. Let me just check crypto pretty quick, what the market is doing. Like you guys know, I was looking for some things. And if you remember what I was saying, we are there, all right? We have the break on the 4-hour time frame. That was something I really was looking for. We didn't get the retest back into my zones I was looking for, but we do have the breakout. I told you guys, as long as we keep respecting these lows, I see the market uptrending and getting higher. But now the 1 hour first showed us some break of structure here. You see that we have that uptrending movement. The market moves down, starts breaking the structure here. And now we have the 4-hour break of structure. So you see these higher highs, higher lows. Here we have the higher low, but the market doesn't succeed to hold this, and then bump, we got the breakout. So the 4-hour is showing us some bearish structure. We have 2 different zones that you can focus on. You have this one here, and you have this one here, where the market can show us a retracement to then probably follow up the downtrending movement that the market is creating right now. Okay, still we always need to pay attention what's happening on the higher time frames. We have this higher high here. We are still respecting this high, so don't misunderstand me, okay? But because of this, I want to pay attention at this zone that the market doesn't respect this to start moving up, okay? So what can you do to know this? What can you do like that the market will go bearish or bullish? Well, pretty simple. Go to the lower time frames and follow that structure. This is exactly the same thing like we were looking at this supply zone here. How could we know that the market will stop here and start moving down or up? How can we know this? Well, pretty simple. Go to the lower time frames and follow the structure, and you will see where the market will go. All right. So now we see that on the 4-hour time frame, we are breaking structure to the downside. So that's my first confirmation that the market can move down and that we can potentially start breaking these lows again. But we shall see. All right. Because right now, this is looking like an uptrending structure on the daily time frame, but the 4-hour time frame is now showing our very first bearish signals. That's it for Bitcoin. So we have two options: or the market will react on demand and move higher from this point, or the market will just give a retest and start moving to the downside. Ethereum also did exactly the same thing. Of course, there is just one major difference. Can you spot the difference? Let me show you. Bitcoin, Ethereum. Again, Bitcoin, Ethereum. There is one major difference. Lower low, not the lower low, but the lower high. All right. Also the lower low here, this is way different than Bitcoin, but I'm more talking about the highs now. This is a lower high. So we never broke structure or have any confirmations to see the market going higher. And once again, I've said this a lot of times, we have so much liquidity here. If you don't know what liquidity is, it simply means money. All right. So much people have been buying this level. And if there is one thing that big institutions, banks, financial institutions like, it's money. All right. So a lot of times you will see a big manipulation, market takes out that money and then start moving higher. All right. So this is still the same vision on Ethereum here for the upcoming days/weeks. Okay. And that's it. I'm gonna leave it for this for today. Of course, I'm sharing all the pairs into the chat box. I'm sharing all the links for my Discord community, and I will share, of course, the recording onto my YouTube channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had some kind of value, that you're looking maybe differently at the structure and that you're now having a good vision on how I personally look at it. And of course, we see each other back tomorrow morning for a brand new session. We will go over the price traps, talk about how the market has moved or what kind of breakout retests we have seen, and of course, making some new price traps for tomorrow then. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I wish you the best, and we see each other back tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. for a brand new price trap session. Ciao, ciao.